first inning, try to make it 9 so hard he corkscrews himself into the ground. At least he fouled it off. Same at bat. Looking 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts was Canseco on the night, but he was aboard with a walk in the 5th inning for Carlos Delgado. Delgado sends it sailing to right center. His 20th home run. We're tied at 3. Bottom of the 5th. Same score. 2 on and 1 out for Juan Gonzalez against Chris Carpenter. Swinging. Gonzalez 1 for 4, no ribbies in his return to the lineup from a strained right hamstring. But with 2 outs, the Texas offense exploded, I tell you. Lee Stevens, the blooper. Will Clark, Pudge Rodriguez come on down. Texas up 7-3. Stevens 3 for 3, 3 RBIs, 2 batters later. Tom Goodwin, second at-bat of the inning, second hit of the inning. Stevens and Royce Clayton scored. Texas scored 7 with 2 outs to take a 10-3 lead. After 8 strikeouts and 5 2/3, Stoudemire turned it over to the bullpen. The very un-All-State-like hands of Eric Gunderson, who gives up the second home run to Carlos Delgado in the game. A solo shot, 7th inning, second of the game, as we mentioned, Toronto down 10-4. Now in the 8th inning, efforting for the 3-homer game, Delgado, taking Danny Patterson deep and wall. Over the wall. 22nd on the year. Toronto down just 11-9 now. Later in the 8th, Craig Grebeck is the tying run at the plate, but John Wetton blows him away. Wetland retired all 4 men he faced for his 29th save. 11-9 is your final. Even though Delgado became the first Blue Jay to belt 3 homers in 1 game since Darnell Cole, but he's 3 for 18 in his career against Chuck Finley. So what? 2-run shot, 25th home run of the year, and 37th ribby against lefties. Indians up 2-0. Top of the 3rd, Lofton at 3rd after stealing 2nd and 3rd. Ramirez.
Here's the 3-2 pitch to Ramirez.
Base hit. Now has 38 ribbies against lefties. Indians up 3-0. It's a 3-1 score. Top of the 6th. Ramirez again. And again Ramirez. Got it. 26th homer. 39th ribbies against lefties this year. Indians up 4-1, which is your score in the bottom of the 6th. Runners on 2nd and 3rd for Matt Wolbeck. Takes one to left off of Steve Reed. That scores Tim Salmon and Dave Hollins. Wolbeck in with a double. Angels would score 1 more in the inning to tie the game. We're tied at 4, bottom of the 8th. Gary DeSarcina with the bloop single off of Doug Jones. Tony Gloss scores. And the Angels go on a win. Come back for Terry Collins, 5-4. A 2-homer, 4-ribby night from Ramirez went for naught as the Tribe lost their 5th straight.
Against the Reds, John Smoltz has been hot, and D, all of the above. Was hot refers to the last time the Reds saw Smoltz. He ejected during an Atlanta 11-5 win last week for stepping on an umpire's foot during an argument. Is hot, hasn't lost since June 26th, unbeaten in 6 straight starts, giving up only 10 earned runs in his last 39 innings. Has been hot against the Reds. Smoltz has not lost to Cincy since June 19, 1994. Will all those hots continue?
The 0-2 to the right hand.
Looking for win number 10. Pat Watkins, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. 1 of 4 strikeouts for Smoltz. 2 zip Braves. John Smoltz. You know, his 179 batting average isn't as fat as Glavin's 297 or Maddox's 292, but Smoltz got a base knock. Top 5, Chris Steins. Yep, doubles to the gap in left center. His 9th double of the year. Willie Green, Aaron Boone score. Steins trying to stretch it for 3. Don't think so, kid. 2-2 game. Bottom 5, Smoltz getting his swerve on. Another base knock. He only had 5 total hits all year coming in. He's 2 for 2 at that plate. Still 2-2 game. Bottom 7, Andrew Jones, no diggity. Like the way you work it. 17th Jack of the year, said Jones simply, he left me a pitch right over the middle. And next batter, John Smoltz getting righteous. In 1 game, he raised his average from 179 to 258. And oh, by the way, John Smoltz picks up the win. Smoltz becomes the 5th Braves starter with at least 10 wins. Maddox has 14. Glavin 14, Kevin Millwood 12, Denny Nagel 11. Smoltz's 3 hits, also a career high. Game with the runner on 2nd and a 6-4 lead. JT Snow tight banging. His only at bat, Snow gets his 63rd RBI. Rich Aurelius scores. Giants down 6-5. This guy's like, you give Franco a 2-year, $6 million extension early, and he does this. Forget about it.
They got him picked.
Then Franco has Sean Dunson picked off first for the 3rd out, but Ray Ordonez dropped the ball. The inning continued. Yo, bro, try some decaf or something. Medication. Barry Bonds, 7 for 14 in his last series. My man is like asking for forgiveness for everything bad he's ever done in life. Didn't work. Bonds, money. Scores Dunston. B-squared 2 for 5, 79 RBI this year. Hey, Franco, you got to be kidding me. Somebody check that man's cholesterol level, please. Olerud on first. Alfonso on second. Tony Phillips on third. No outs. Mike Piazza grounded to short. Aurelia throws home for the force. Piazza cannot bring in the winning run. 2 outs. 3-2 count. Bases loaded. Jose Mesa to Lenny Harris. Harris later said he was the one in trouble, not me. Jose walks in the winning run. Mets win it 7-6. Dude, you need to check yourself, man. Seriously. It's a game. Padres, top 3, Pods up 2-zip. Sterling Hitchcock tells Desi Relaford, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. Sterling had 8 Ks in the game. Next batter, his curveball was on point. Matt Beach, a 156 hitter, gone. Glanville, a 311 hitter, he got grilled. Hitchcock K'd the side. Greg Vaughn has not been blowing up. Swerveless came in a 4 for 42 slump. Bottom 3, 2-zip Pods. If it's good, it's gone. It's not good, therefore, Rich.
It's not gone.
Not gone.
Right.
Same at bat.
Struck him out.
Vaughn is gone. Bottom 5, he got his revenge. Greg Vaughn, I'm not a player, I just crush a lot. 39th home run of the year, his first jack since July 25th. Now we can say Greg Vaughn is blowing up. The bomb on fire. Top 8, 3-1 Pods. Tying runs on base for Philly. Rico Bronya swinging at some high heat. Padres win the game 3-1. Matt Beach lost his 5th straight decision.
Gates still open. Chuck Knobloch leading off the game with a homer. 13th homer this season, 3rd in 2 games. Unbelievable. Top of the 3rd, 4-3 Yanks, 2-1 for Jorge Posada. Witasik's pitch. Look out. Goes behind Posada. Tino Martinez scores. Yankees go up 5-3. Top of the 5th, Bernie Williams on for Darryl Strawberry. And Darryl in business to do business. 2-run shot, 19th this year, 2nd in as many games, 7-3 Yanks. It's 7-4 New York, bottom of the 7th. Mike Stanton on facing Matt Stairs with 2 men on base. Stairs chops it. Knobloch charges it. Fields fires, throws, gets him. 2 outs. Now it's Jason Giambi looking. Stanton retired 8 straight for his 6th save. Yanks added 3 more to win it 10-4. Ramiro Mendoza, making only his 2nd start since early June, gave up 4 runs on 7 hits. A's up already 4-0 on Mike Buddy, starting for the injured Andy Pettitte. Scott Spezio puts Oakland up 5-0 after 1. Doing their Yankee imitation are the Athletics on Mike Buddy. But however, Buddy and the rest of the crew would keep this a 5-1 game. In the top of the 9th, Chad Curtis threw Mike Flowers his wickets. The error on Mike loads the bases. Kenny Rogers can't believe his win might be going down the tubes. Darryl Strawberry pinch hitting. Already had a pinch hit grand slam this season. Say hello, my new friend. Takes Billy Taylor gone. 2nd pinch hit grand slam home run of the season. No American League player had ever done that before. We're tied at 5. 2 batters later, Derek Jeter hits one to Scott Spezio at 2nd. We have a collision at 1st. Jason Giambi took a knee to the head, and while he's down on the ground, Chuck Knobloch, who was on 2nd, being waved home, and he scores. Yankees up 6-5. Giambi left the game with a mild concussion, taken to the hospital for precautions, and Paul O'Neill might have hit one to the hospital. Takes Billy Taylor deep and gone. 7-5 Yankees. 2 batters later, Tino Martinez puts a 2-run home run cherry on top of a Yankee fat 9th. 9-5 Yankees. What a way to get win number 80 on the year. 10-5 is your final. The Yankees sweep the doubleheader by planting a 9-run 9th on Oakland in the perfect world. Bottom of the 5th. This is not part of a perfect world. Jay Buhner taking Steve Avery gone. His 9th home run of the year. 1-0 Mariners. Goodbye, baseball. Top of the 6th, Red Sox trailing down 1-0. Nomar up with Mo Vaughn on first. Drives it off the center field wall. Vaughn chugging all the way from first. Garcia Parra in with the double. And we are tied at 1. Bottom of the 8th, Derek Lowe facing pitch hitter Rob Ducey. Mariners trailing 2-1 now, and Ducey hits one deep to left. Troy O'Leary says, you want me on that wall? You need me on that wall. Bottom of the 9th, Junior preparing for his at-bat. Everybody's getting ready with their hands. Junior represents the winning run with A-Rod on second. With one out, Tom Gordon gets him to bounce over to the only guy on the left side, John Valentin. They had the shift on the right side. Gordon would get the next batter, Edgar.
Gabe Alvarez, checkmate. Brian Honora says, yes, it's a strike. Buddy Bell says, are you kidding me? He comes out of the dugout to argue. Ray Miller's frozen. Bell wasn't. He was tossed. Mussina, Alvarez staring. Bobby Higginson then said, hey, whoa, he's out to argue balls and strikes. He got tossed. After he got Paul Bacco, Mussina got Davey Cruz fishing. Perfect game through 7 1/3. Luis Gonzalez on a 2-1 count. John Hirschbeck says strike 2 outside corner. Gonzalez argues. Did Mussina get a little cool during this argument? He actually had to throw some practice tosses into home. He then got Trey Beeman, who came in to replace Gonzalez. B.J. Surhoff there to help preserve the perfect game. Frank Catalano, a .231 hitter. Instead of putting Catalano's picture on the Jumbotron, they put up Frank Castillo's. That's how unknown this guy is. Instead, he breaks up the perfect game into right. Mike Mussina gets a standing ovation from the crowd. 2 outs in the 8th before he gave it up. Top 9, 2 down. He'd given up another hit. But here he gets Damian Easley to ground into the fourth. Game, set, and match. Mike Mussina overmatched the Detroit Tigers. 2 hits and 8 Ks. And the Orioles win by a final score of 4-0 as he goes.
Marlins get some D. Tim Bogart pops one up to shallow center. Edgar Renteria getting a little freaky with the leather. Oh, the ball popped up. Take another look. Bounces in, up. Edgar. He also got freaky with the bat. He was 3 for 5 at the plate. But the Astros got some freaky defense of their own. Bottom 1, Cliff Floyd lines one to Jeff Bagwell. Tags Renteria for the double play. Bottom 4, Renteria lines one to Shane Reynolds. Throws to first for the double play. Bottom 6, and keyword here is line. Luis Castillo lines ones to Bill Spires. Makes the diving grab. Spires also 2 for 3. Bottom 7, Ryan Jackson. What do you think he's going to do, Rich? Lines one to Jeff Bagwell, steps in first for the double play. Bottom 8, Greg Zahn, L-I-N-E, lines to Craig Biggio for the out. Marlins, some strong wood, but they get 6 lineouts, including 3 that Houston turned into double play. As an aside, the Cubs hosted Arizona Tuesday. Omar Dahl, bottom 4. Rock Sammy Sosa. Mickey Morandini said later, Dahl is tricky, and with 2 strikes, you're not looking to do much but make contact. Kevin Tapani also blowing up. Top 5, 1 on, nobody out. Bernard Gilkey grounds to second. Mickey Morandini dives to make this stop and throw Gilkey out from his knees. Tapani only gave up 4 hits in 8 innings. Dahl in trouble, 2 on, 2 out, bottom 8. After 3 straight foul balls, Morandini lines to right. Tyler Houston scores. D-backs try to catch Lance Johnson and Morandini in rundowns, but cannot. 1-zip Cubs, runner safe at second and third. As I said, they cannot. 1-zip Cubs, runner safe at second and third, to reiterate my point. 2 batters later, Glenn Allen Hill, big up respect. After Dahl and Tapani went toe-to-toe, and Morandini saying, I didn't see either one tiring. Glenn Allen Hill line to left. Johnson scores. Cubs win it 2-zip. And Carl gets Marrero to hit into the 4-3 double play to end the inning. He got out of a jam. Top 4, still no score. Mark McGwire facing Carl. I got to get quiet because everybody's waiting. And Big Mac getting his hit on. Rips one into the left field corner. Fernando Vina. As McGwire chugs to third, Fernando drops the throw. McGwire slides in with his 14th double of the year. Next batter, Ron Gant, struggling with a .214 average, but he goes the other way to right. McGwire on his giddy-up scores, an RBI double for Gant, his 11th double. Is McGwire like tired of answering questions about the home run, or is he tired from trotting around the bases? Bottom 5, Brewers down 2-zip. Vina, the all-star, made up, hitting over 300, cuts the lead to 2-1. Bottom 9, same score. Sacks Jack for Bobby Hughes, 2 out. Matt Morse gets Hughes to ground. 6-4 to end the game. When asked about his homerless streak after the game, Mark McGwire said, there's nothing to talk about. 2-1, 2 on, 1 out. Jim Parquet, butter. No, Parquet strikes out Mike Kelly. But what's Parquet doing? Started to walk off the mound. Fred McGriff scores from second. Parquet throws to second. Catches Bubba Trammell on a rundown. Devilry's up 3-1. But on the replay, Robert Machado, the catcher behind the plate, the rookie, gets up, heads toward the dugout, rolls the ball to the mound. His bad and Parquet's bad. Watch Fred McGriff. He's a veteran. He knows there are only 2 outs. and he scores.
2 men on.
Top two, Machado just recalled from AAA Calgary Sunday, making up for his mind warp like a Mac. His first major league home run, 3-run shot, makes it 4-3 White Sox. Top six, Albert Bell. Kid has been like butter because he's on a roll. 34th homer, 16th in 25 games since the break. That was off from Esteban Yan. Next time Bell is up, Yan hits Albert on the first pitch. Yan ejected. Catcher Mike DeFelice, he was ejected. Said Yan afterward, the game was on the line, 7-5. I've got a chance to win. I don't hit nobody on purpose. As I said, Mike DeFelice was ejected. You wouldn't know it because he's still up there jabbering, but he was kicked out of the game. Devil Rays did not have a hit in between Mike on Jose Offerman facing Eric Milton. Eric, you lost. Offerman hitting streak, 23-game streak he has now. Johnny Damon scores. Royals win the game 12-4. Hope you count it. KC sets season highs for hits. Bases loaded for Eric Karros facing Mike Maddox. Karros hums a double to left. Eric Young scores. Grizzolinic scores. Karros 2 for 5. 64 ribs this year. Dodgers up 4-zip. Bottom 8, Dodgers bullpen. Warming up. That's what you call writing the picture. 4-zip LA, bases loaded. Chan Ho Park walks Terry Jones. One of 3 park walks. He said later, I was trying too hard, looking for the shutout. Expos down 4-1. Glenn Hoffman goes to his bullpen. Pinch hitter Bob Henley facing Scott Radinsky, and Henley, handle your business, kid. 2-run score. Henley in spot duty hitting 375. Then Antonio Osono to Vladimir Guerrero. Grounds to Mark Grizzolinic. Young's throw to first too high. Wilton Guerrero scores. We're tied at 4. Park watching it slip away. Bottom 9. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Osuna facing Wilton Guerrero. Grounds to Karros at first. We're going to extra innings, tied at 4. Bottom 10, Chris Widger. It's your world, Chris. The rest of us just paying rent. Widger, I haven't been swinging so good, so I hit the ball hard, and I'm happy. FP Santangelo scores. Expos win it 5-4. Chan Ho Park, the NL pitcher of July, with the 4-0 record in 1.
Bottom of the first, Kevin Young. 2 on, rips 1 to left. Jason Kendall, Turner Ward, come on down. 2-0 Pirates. Young 4 for 5 on the night with 4 ribbies. Let's go to the second inning now. One last ISO of Young. Ward at the plate. Now 3-0 man on second. Ward grounds through the hole, base hit. Jason Kendall coming home. Larry Walker tells Kendall, those who are late do not get fruit cup. He's out. Next batter, Young at the plate again. Now it's Ward on second. Young singles to right. Larry Walker tells Ward, those who are late do not get fruit cup unless you've got an elusive tag, then you get fruit cup. Watch the replay. It appears Manwaring never got a glove on Ward. As you'll see, he slides in safely. A long night for Kyle. Actually, it was a short night. It was a long, short night. 7 earned runs on 9 hits in 1 2/3 innings, his shortest outing of the season. And Kyle dropped to 7-14 with